Breaking news, Hansi Flick exploded in anger at his players. Ladies and gentlemen, I have some news for you. Hansi Flick has broken his silence. Hansi Flick is going at Barcelona, believe it or not. It's getting heated. Let's get into this news. First of all, so the coach made it clear to the Barcelona squad they cannot rely on names and quality and must show exceptional physical and mental sharpness, especially in the Champions League. Ladies and gentlemen, Hansi Flick is not even playing around anymore. After their first game of La Liga, you thought this brother would sit in the interviews and sit there and be happy and give you a smile and say, "Oh, Barcelona played amazing." Nope! Apparently in the interviews he has said things like this: "I didn't like the match. My team played at 50% and this is not possible. I need to speak to the players." Brother, what do you mean your team played at 50%? What does 100% Barcelona look like? So you're telling me you had all these results on your screen and this is only 50%? Brother, there is no single game that is under 2 goals. It's literally 3 and above. This is 50%. Brother, I'm 50% away from losing it all. And he went and said more things, ladies and gentlemen. He said he pissed off to the players, obviously. He said if you play this season with this intensity, you won't win any titles this season. Oh my God. If you compare this brother to a lot of managers in football, man, it just shows how soft other managers are, and it shows that genuinely Hansi Flick is the best manager in the world currently, and I'm genuinely sick of it because these brothers have this machine, this German soldier machine. A general, you could call him, man. And then you have him saying obviously he's bothered by the registration issues. He doesn't understand how the board have not solved them by now. He also discomfort in the disorganized Asian preseason tour and did not like the training facilities there as well. This brother is not only going at his own players, this brother is going first of all at Asia, and this brother is going at the Barcelona board of directors as well. This is just unbelievable. This brother is doing too much. This brother is doing a bit too much. He doesn't care, and this is what I genuinely love about this brother, man. And to end it all, he has said we need more energy. We need to show that we want to win, even if it seems easy. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact that this brother genuinely doesn't care, the fact that this brother is changing the mentality of those players, those youngsters in Barcelona. The fact that he is still, after winning a domestic treble last season, after destroying and wiping every single team in Europe last season, he sat there in his chair. He went on the interviews and said that this team is still not enough. This team, we demand a Champions League. This team is not good enough yet. The first game of the season you played was not good enough yet. He spoke to the players there even after a win. Well, you have teams like a Manchester United back in the day. You have a lot of teams in Europe, they're just satisfied with a draw. They are satisfied by losing. They are satisfied even if you take an example of the current Manchester United and Arsenal game that happened last night, right? You had coaches and players and even fans saying that this was a good result, and them losing was a good result because they saw potential in the Manchester United squad. Well, you have this beast, this monster. This is who you're competing with, by the way, embedding some monster mentalities into their players and into the team and the club of Barcelona. He sat there saying that we will not accept mediocrity from now on. We want the Champions League and the total dominance, or it's either nothing. And this is what I love from a coach. This, if I was a player, this would motivate me to a different level, man. I don't care that your name is Lamine Yamal. I don't care that you are already a legend of football like a Lewandowski. He doesn't care about that. He will sit there and say how it is, and he will still demand more and more and more. Not only to the players, but to the board directors as well, saying that you need to finish the registration of the new signings. Do you know what I genuinely liked? That he recalled his experience at Bayern Munich after the 6-2 when players lost their hunger for football, which led to the collapse of the project and settling for only the league, ladies and gentlemen. This paragraph or this couple of sentences genuinely, this is where I said, okay, Hansi Flick, you are a serious guy, man. Hansi Flick, you are manager of the year in my opinion. Because what happened back in Bayern Munich when he was a coach at Bayern Munich, ladies and gentlemen, the second season, just Bayern Munich started to fall off, man. The players' mentality, they were like, we won 6 trophies in one single year. The second season after that, they were like, oh, we're relaxed now. We have the quality. We are Bayern Munich. We won 6 trophies. And what happened? They settled for mediocrity. The next season and next season, they just wanted the league at that point. They didn't care about the Champions League or winning the Champions League back to back. Nope. They gave mediocrity to Hansi Flick, and Hansi Flick eventually left. He also said that he's stressed that La Liga could be decided early in the first half of the season and anything might cost him in the title. Still, he believes in the group and says the project can win everything if they play up to 100%. But he's ready to make radical changes if commitment doesn't improve. Every day I wake up, I'm not jealous of them having a Lamine Yamal. I'm not jealous of them having a world-class midfielder like Pedri. I am jealous that they have a manager like Hansi Flick, man. He has something that a lot of players are needed to hear, man. And that is toughness. Tough love. Tough love. Especially this brother would be perfect for Real Madrid, man. Especially because we have a lot of egos in the team, right? And this brother is the only one that could humble a Real Madrid team. And I'm very jealous. I'm genuinely jealous because he would have done amazing for Real Madrid in my opinion. And I want to end it. He spoke about the new signing Rashford. Obviously, he said he didn't have any chance to play more freely because Mallorca was crowded at the back. Also, the team played with less intensity and I wasn't happy about that. The fact that he is genuinely honest about his players as well. You know, him saying that it's a tougher league for Rashford, and that is genuinely so true, man. This is going to be a real test for Rashford. Does Rashford want it badly or not? Because if he lacks like he did in Manchester United, if he is as lazy as he was in Manchester United, in my opinion, he will suffer in this Hansi Flick system, man. Because Hansi Flick, we saw he demands more and more and more. Because if you don't shine Marcus Rashford, you have Nico Williams, who had, I believe, 2 assists and 1 goal in the first game of the season. And some Barcelona fans I saw in the timeline, I cannot show you any proof, but I saw them in my timeline. They were saying, oh, maybe we made a mistake in signing Rashford. Maybe we overhyped Rashford and Nico Williams was always the better player. Now, I don't know about that, man. Nico Williams, he had a terrible preseason, but now that the league has started, 2 assists and 1 goal already. That is insane in my opinion. I always said Nico Williams is better than Rashford in my opinion. That's my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but obviously Marcus Rashford is still amazing. But like I said, Nico Williams is doing amazing and Barcelona fans are already turning on Rashford. And ladies and gentlemen, just to give more La Liga news, Rodrigo apparently came late to training by Xabi Alonso, and just look at the difference between the 2 managers, man. Xabi Alonso, did he punish Rodrigo? Nope. But I mean, for a player that is probably going to leave Real Madrid, that is why Xabi Alonso hasn't punished him probably, man. And ladies and gentlemen, just to end it, Atletico Madrid lost their first game against Espanyol. That gives me joy, that gives me pleasure, and I am very happy about that. What I'm not happy about is that Julian Alvarez, brother, their striker, is genuinely unbelievable, man. He is insane. And I see this one post on my timeline, right? If this happens, God forbid, in the next 10 seasons or the next 10 years of Europe, give them the Champions Leagues, I genuinely don't care, man. And the next 10 seasons. He cannot join Barcelona. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's episode. This will become a weekly thing. We'll talk about news, La Liga news, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Thanks so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, like the video, comment, and I'll see every single comment, and gracias, amigos.